Am I reading that correctly? The critic average is 80 out of 100, but the user score is 0.7. That is quite the unusual discrepancy. Until you take 2 seconds to go onto social media, Reddit, Twitter, any streamer's Twitch stream really, their YouTube channels. Diablo Immortal is Blizzard's latest attempt at alienating its perpetually declining community by releasing a Diablo MMO, something that millions of players have been waiting decades for, cross-platform between PC and mobile platforms. And surprise, it's a predatory mobile game. Before we go any further though, I do want to give a quick shout out to all of our patrons over on Patreon. While this channel is technically monetized due to the nature of a lot of the content, Patreon allows for me to at least make something off of these videos, so kudos guys, you guys rock. Now, as the title already pointed out, the release of Diablo Immortal has been a catastrophic mess. Don't get me wrong, the game itself isn't bad at all. On the contrary, it for the most part looks and plays better than Diablo 3. The voice acting is good, the world feels like it actually has purpose, there are hundreds of players around every corner all engaging in content, instances are popping within seconds, content is both difficult and rewarding. Okay, that's actually a lie. Content can be difficult at times, but it is in no way rewarding. Rather, rewards are a major part of why players are as upset as they are. I did a video on this a few days ago concerning how predatory the monetization in Diablo Immortal was. How Bellular, another YouTuber, went on to cover exactly how much money it would cost your average player to fully gear yourself with legendary gems. $110,000. And at the time, most players were unaware that video existed, nor that it would require as large of an investment as it does. Fast forward a few days, everyone now knows. It has absolutely blown up, and you know what? It's good that it has, because it's going to force Blizz to actively address it. In an active effort to prove just how much of an advantage paying players have over non-paying players, a variety of different streamers have went on to document the process of purchasing their way to the upper echelon of players. In one example, Asmongold went on to enter an Elder Rift with $20 worth of crests selected, and then again with no crests at all. The difference was monumental for such a small price.
So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna run this, and this rift right here is gonna cost me about $20. Yeah, it's really not a big deal. Oh, he's almost dead. Okay. Wow! So we're gonna do no crests. I'm gonna show you guys what just an average run looks like, okay? All right, let's see the loot. Wait. There's no chest.
Another streamer, Quinn, went on to spend a grand total of $4,000 on the game as of June 6th, and confirmed that even with such a large investment, he has yet to obtain a single 5-star legendary gem. This does not bode well for free players who have expectations of being competitive in some form. And while discouraging for many players, I feel as though this would be equally as alarming for whales, because you know how these types of games work, right? Once whales have maxed out their gear, Blizzard are going to introduce new gear, new gems, a new carrot to dangle in front of their face, while lowering the price of current items for lower tier whales to feel powerful. Whales that would spend $10,000, not $100,000. Now, microtransactions are common in free games these days. Gacha systems present in games like Punishing Grey Raven, Azure Lane, Tower of Fantasy, or Genshin Impact are all relatively fair to an extent. Blizz themselves had promised long in advance that Diablo Immortal would feature a fair system, when the reality is quite the opposite. The reality is that Diablo Immortal is a horrendously predatory pay-to-win mess that, despite its fun gameplay loop and rewarding journey, is going to be severely inhibited by their own greed. You should never have to pay to be competitive in a video game. Cosmetics, characters, sure, but gear, enhancements, upgrades should never be something that is provided to paying customers over free players. Now, if you're looking for something to play that isn't going to cost you several years worth of earnings, I got a list of gacha games that are confirmed to be coming this year in 2022. You're welcome.